Okay, let's talk about something I know you've thought about. That endless search for the perfect daily routine. You've seen it all over the internet, right? These promises of ultimate productivity, amazing grades, and this perfectly balanced student life. But does that ever actually work out? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen a title just like this one. It's so bold, isn't it? It basically tells you there's this secret formula, and if your life doesn't look like that, well, you're just doing it wrong. It's honestly kind of frustrating. So let's just flip that whole idea on its head for a second. What if your struggle to stick to that perfectly color-coded, minute-by-minute schedule isn't your fault at all? What if the real problem is the idea of a perfect routine itself? To get to a better system, we first have to figure out why these grand plans we make for ourselves seem to completely fall apart the second they come into contact with, real life. And this right here, this says it all, doesn't it? The classic battle between the plan and the reality. Every single one of these feels so familiar. That 6 a.m. gym session? Nope. Snooze button wins again. That amazing 2-hour deep work block you planned? Interrupted by a total group project meltdown. And that healthy meal you were going to prep? Yeah, last-minute pizza sounds way better. The issue isn't that you're lazy, it's that life is messy and just completely unpredictable. So this brings us to a really helpful way to think about this. Let's call this the glass routine. It's beautiful, it's perfectly designed, it looks flawless on paper. But the minute life actually happens, a surprise quiz, a deadline gets moved up, or maybe you just feel totally drained, the slightest bit of pressure hits it and the whole thing just shatters. And realizing this is the big turning point. The problem isn't that the plan shattered. The problem is that we made the plan out of glass in the first place. It's time to completely dismantle this myth of perfection. Okay, so if you take away one thing so far, let it be this. It's not you. Stop blaming yourself. Your execution isn't the problem. The real mistake is trying to cram your unique life into some rigid, one-size-fits-all routine that was never designed for your classes, your social life, or your energy levels to begin with. So, if the perfect routine is the problem, then what on earth is the solution? Well, it's time to stop thinking about a rigid schedule and start thinking about a flexible, personal blueprint. And this blueprint is built on 4 really simple but powerful steps. First, you've got to identify your non-negotiables. These are the rocks in your day that you just can't move, like that mandatory 10 a.m. lecture. Second, get to know your energy peaks. For real, are you a morning person or a night owl? Work with your body's rhythm, not against it. Third, and this is a total game changer, is learning to block your time instead of scheduling it. And finally, number 4, you actually plan for chaos by building in some buffer room because we know things are going to go wrong. Okay, let's really zoom in on this idea of blocking versus scheduling. Scheduling is rigid. It's from 2 to 4 p.m., I will study chapter 5. Blocking, on the other hand, is flexible. It's sometime this afternoon, I'm going to get 2 solid hours of studying done. You see that difference? It's about the goal, not the timestamp. This is so important for moving between different tasks. Say your 1 p.m. chemistry lab just wipes you out. A rigid schedule says you have to start studying at 2 p.m. anyway, and then you feel guilty when you can't focus. Blocking gives you the freedom to say, okay, I'm going to take a 30-minute break, recharge, and then start that 2-hour study block when you're actually ready. And this is the perfect alternative to that fragile glass routine. Let's call this one the Lego routine. Think about it. Your classes, your study blocks, your time with friends, they're all different Lego bricks. If something unexpected happens, you don't shatter your whole day. You just pull out one brick and rearrange the others to make it work. It's modular, it's strong, and it's actually built for real life. So, this all brings us to a really empowering idea. The goal isn't to find some perfect routine out there and try to squeeze your life into it. The goal is to build a system based on your own rules. This is all about you becoming the architect of your own time, instead of just following someone else's plan. When you understand your non-negotiables, your energy, and your life, you can build a flexible blueprint that actually works. So the final message is really simple. Ditch perfect, build for you. And that leaves us with one last question to think about. You don't have to tear down your whole life tomorrow. Just look at your plan for today. What's one small change you can make right now to start swapping out that fragile glass routine for a much stronger Lego one?